Alright, so I just joined this random guy's lobby and... well, it's Black Forest, so why not?
Build a navy.
I think I could use a bit of practice anyway.
Stop
See how this
building a
goes.
navy.
I hope this guy loads. Cool. Persians. Oh, cool. Pocket Persians. I like this. Lag. I like that a little less, but life goes on. And some sheep. Okay. Killer J-Man, get your stuff together. And my other sheep are... well, I guess they're turkeys. Over here. Cool. Cool. Killer J still got some lag. Hey, if you're wondering, I guess, in the meantime, if we're just talking about junk, you can tell if you're lagging if you've got a little comet icon next to your name. If it's yellow, that means you're lagging pretty significantly, and if it's red, it's really bad. It's basically your ping is based on that comet. You can assume that your ping is green if you have no comet. And if you have really low FPS, like your computer or toaster oven or TI-84 calculator that you are playing your Age of Empires on, cannot handle Age of Empires, you will have a white turtle next to your name. And this means that you should upgrade your PC so that you, please, do not ruin the rest of the experience for us. And I got so many extra boards, this is absurd. So yeah. And just a heads up as always, just to clarify with people, I realized that I did not get a necessarily very warm reception with the League of Legends content that I experimented with uploading. My thing is that I always like to get a little bit of variety out there. I play a wide variety of games and not just Age of Empires 2. So I think it would be fun if I did content from multiple games. Just keep in mind that, you know, anything that I upload is purely in addition to Age of Empires, and that there's always going to be Age of Empires 2 content on this channel. So I'd appreciate it, you know, if people relax. If you don't like any League of Legends content, or you don't like Dota 2, or I don't know, Minesweeper or whatever I decide that I feel like playing that day, that's totally fine. Just don't watch it, and it's no problem. No problem at all. And hey, it might turn out that you like it. I know that a lot of people's problem is that I didn't really do a fantastic job, or any job at all, actually, really explaining the game. Because I know that a lot of you are like primarily Age of Empires 2 players, or just only really Age of Empires 2 players. So you might not actually know what's going on. So in the future, when I do experiment with new content, I will do my best to explain the game, because like the point is that really the main point of my channel is to give people a hand. You know, I like to improve people's gaming experiences basically by I guess showing them a thing or two with my commentary. That's the thing, is I like to help introduce people to games that they might like and help them improve, because I'm by no means that great of a player. That is definitely for sure. So people can learn from my mistakes when I point them out. My strength has always been in my analysis. Wow, I might actually be reasonably well timed with this boar lure for once. I am really hoping that they fix the performance issues with Age of Empires 2 HD Edition. They've certainly improved, but it definitely negatively impacts my my gaming experience and oftentimes my performance as well. Let's see, I've got 5 on there, so I want one more. Actually, I'm gonna have the next villager, I think, build a house, and I'm gonna start harvesting multiple boars at once if I can. Yeah, so then I'm gonna get another boar, I think. Might want to start mining some gold. So you can tell right there that there's a bit of a performance hitch right there, because like I told that villager to spawn over there, and I was like, oh wait, never mind. And I told him to spawn over here, and then he still spawns from the area that he last spawned in. So anyway, I think the goal in this particular match, since I'm not on the edge of my team, this is known as the pocket, basically the parts, the members of your team that are not in the front lines. You're generally considered safer, so you can go for more greedy economic-based strategies. You don't need to worry about early military pressure or any of that mumbo-jumbo. So I'm gonna like fast Castle Age, of course. Oh, of course. Anyway, I'm gonna fast Castle Age, and I think I'm gonna transition that into like an economic boom, basically. And that villager is in deep trouble, and that jaguar is body blocking me. That is not cool. Not cool. Oh, wow, if I lose this, that'll make me quite sad. Quite sad. You'll notice that I force drop off the food so that the food isn't lost, because in Age of Empires 2 there's like multiple types of food. It's pretty weird. Okay, I guess my scout decided it's time to stop hitting that jaguar. Whatever. Scout will take care of it. And I'm going to advance to like 27 population, I believe. Okay, that guy's too low. This guy's just right. The Goldilocks villager. I think I'm going to have actually all of these people just build like a mill, rather than luring all of those. I think I can put these lower HP villagers. Deer over there. And then you can build another mill. And I can take these healthier villagers. Where am I? Yeah. I guess that villager's almost at full HP, that's probably fine. Okay, good. That is an enemy wall, though. Okay, I can advance now. Gotta cancel that extra villager. How many I got over here? I've got 7. I'm gonna want a lot over there. Anyway, the idea is that I'm gonna try and stockpile enough food and gold to get to the Castle Age basically immediately. I don't want to stay in the Feudal Age. If I can help it, I want to get out of the Feudal Age as fast as possible by putting down a blacksmith and a market. And then we'll see what I transition into militarily later on. So I'll start with this lone boar over there. Should get a fairly quick Castle Age time, actually. This is going to be good. I'm going to put those villas on forage bushes. I think that's safe. Of course I'm going to want to start stockpiling a lot of wood, because I'm going to need to put down a lot of town centers. The villagers always try and split between the deer, and you don't really want that. You really want to minimize the amount of time that your villagers have to walk. So, not good. Not good. I should be watching that. That is a mistake. Oh, now we play the waiting game. Prefer to play on fast speed because it's a bit more exciting, but it is definitely a lot harder to manage. But on a very defensive map like Black Forest, which is really the only map that I'm reasonably good at, I just completely lost my train of thoughts. People distracting me. Alzheimer's disease, man, because, you know, I'm like 8,000 years old, so gotta watch that. War is basically done. No sense in having those villagers do any unnecessary cardio. Hey, man, you gotta drop off that food first, and then you can go hunt. Die, die, die. And if I timed it right, this villager and market, and for a minute I thought it was going to be at $7.99 food, and I'd be like, I would be very sad. Looks like Killer J has swapped out his Ethernet cable for a Slim Jim, and that is not working. I do not recommend that. I need a little bit more food for that double bit axe. Should be plenty, right? There we go. Hunt that last deer, guys. Yeah, the idea is I'm trying to avoid putting any farms down, basically, so that I can use that extra wood to just immediately get out town centers like as fast as I can. That's the goal. Do. And of course, if you do not have your in-game clock on, that is super important. You can turn it on with F11, and it's really, really good to play by the clock. Good castle age time for going for a fast castle strategy. Well, an excellent one would be sometime around like 16:30, and really anything in the 17-minute range is still great. And you know, past that, like anything from 18 to 20 minutes is also still good, but not as great. Thing is, if you have a slower castle age, you'll typically have a stronger economy. The goal, really, with Age of Empires 2, in terms of the economy aspect of the game, is you always want your town center to be working. It should always either be creating villagers or researching a technology or something. You don't want to waste any time. It's about maximizing your efficiency. So, if you just can't advance, there's no sense in having your town center sit idle unless you're super, super close. Okay, so now that these deer people are done, they can basically put down a town center as soon as I... Alright. So that's a good castle time. This is good. I'm okay with this. And you usually want to build your town centers with multiple villagers, otherwise it takes approximately several decades for the town center to build. I think I'll get wheelbarrow after this. Oh, and if you're wondering why my music might be different than yours, but you still recognize it, is Age of Empires 2 HD Edition, for some weird, unexplained reason, maybe aliens or something, I don't know, comes packaged with the Age of Empires 2 The Age of Kings soundtrack, but that does not play, actually, because the file is misnamed. So, in the music directory, basically, which I can explain in greater detail, it's like the sounds, music folder, or whatever, wherever Age of Empires 2 HD is saved on your computer. Whatever file is called xmusic1 is the music that will play first, and you can substitute that for any MP3. And then the file that's like xmusic2, 3, or whatever will just play afterward. And I can go handcart. I should probably wait till I have more villagers. But yeah, those will play afterward, and they have the Age of Kings soundtrack in there, but it's called Music 1, and that will not play. Whereas the Conqueror soundtrack, the expansion soundtrack, is called X-Music 1, so as a result, the Age of Kings soundtrack never plays. So you actually don't need to download any external mods or anything to get your super nostalgia Age of Kings soundtrack. It actually comes with the game. Alright, yeah, this is nice. I'm gonna get a good solid economic boom out here. The goal, basically, with an economic boom is I'm going to get as many town centers as I can, as fast as I can, to create as many villagers, so that I can reach my goal of half of the total max population that I have available to me as villagers. And in this case, that'll be 300 population is the limit for this particular match. Are these vills done with that boar? They are. Alright, looking good, looking good. Let's get the cartography, let's see what's going on. It is a team game after all. And yeah, now the goal is to just start getting out lots of farms, because I want to be able to get a steady, you know, income so that I can get my villagers out all the time. That's the idea. Never want my town center to be idle. One thing I like to do, especially if you're not like super good at your micro, is I like to spawn villagers onto onto wood like as lumberjacks, and then you just slowly pull them off to build farms whenever you can afford a farm. Also, using hotkeys like the H and C combo will select your town center, and create a villager is infinitely useful. And yeah, I'll start stockpiling a little bit of wood, I think, so I can get at another town center. No idols, right? These guys are idle. I am onto them. No slacking on the job. Almost have enough for another town center. This is good. Very good. I'm gonna put the town center between these minerals, I think. Cool. And of course I always want to keep my, this goes without saying, keep your farms as close to a food drop-off point as possible. And, this goes with all resources, is you really just don't want your villagers having to walk too far. It can really improve your play, so this means that you'll of course have to adjust the location of your lumber camp, like, as the game goes on. Because, like, you'll notice that the tree line's slowly moving away from here, so pretty soon, or like right now, I'm gonna move the lumber camp up a bit so they have to walk a little bit less. And now that we're, around mid-20s in time, I think I'm gonna start thinking about what's the next step. What am I gonna do militarily this game? Where are we going with this strat? What's the end result, basically? And let's take a look at the enemy team really briefly. Franks, Huns, Chinese, Mayans. I'm thinking Paladins. They've got a lot of archer civilizations, so I really want to capitalize on that. With Paladins, which are extremely resistant to archers, which I think that they might open with. Alright. I'm going to start saturating this town center with farms. 1, 2, 3 farms. I've got quite the score lead. If there's one thing I'm good at in Age of Empires, it is like Black Forest and booming. Otherwise, my experience is a bit lacking. But I'm always down to try new things. So you guys shouldn't have really any difficulty kicking my butt in random map on my live stream. Speaking of that, if you're not aware, I will be live streaming every Monday, basically for the next few months, unless unless something weird comes up and I can let you guys know. Shame I got housed right here, but the houses are being built. It's just taking decades. Well, it's not like it's taking decades, it's that the game is like significantly lagging thanks to our killer J friend and his 56 kilobyte modem from the 80s. That the clock is ticking really slowly. So it felt like an eternity, but still not good to be housed. Bad resonance. Bad. This of course goes without saying that it is definitely harder to play well when I have to try and provide a meaningful commentary. It'd be a little easier if I was just like screaming into the mic or something the entire time. Or just making like weird noises or something, I don't know. I think I want another town center, but I got no wood, man. Man, in this economy, I'll never be able to build no buildings. And I was starting to put up my Imperial Age buildings there because I'm thinking of advancing soon. It's definitely on my mind. And since I got 2 relics on my base, I'm thinking of some, well, monastery stuff. Should be able to advance relatively soon. Start thinking about those mining upgrades. I can also start thinking of a castle to protect my farms and economy in general. Always a fan. Always a fan. I'm definitely a defensive player by default, so I really do enjoy my castles being in a safe situation. How long has this hunter been standing there? Always use the Add a Villager button. Always. It's this button right here. Always. Never forget. Ay, Dios mío. Build faster, Mr. House People. So ready to advance. I'm so ready to advance. And I'm doing quite a good boom, despite getting housed every now and then. Bad residents. Bad. Because the general idea is I want about 100 population by 30 minutes in. But I'm going to keep booming past this because it is not 200 pop. Okay, that's person's going to... Okay, so I've got continuous houses. And it is Imperial Age time. The goal is to hit Imperial Age by about 30 minutes if I can, and start pumping out an army. Definitely going to go in on Red's side. Red's only got Palisades. Well, sorry, the Teal only has Palisades on Red's side, so... I'm going to get Fervor, even though I know Fervor doesn't work quite right in Age of Empires 2. But they fixed it in Forgotten Empires. Man, it is a great thing that Forgotten Empires is coming. I can't wait. So yeah, back on topic. Yeah, I know Fervor doesn't work correctly in Aoe2 or in Aoe2 HD at the moment, so it only applies when the monk is holding the relic. But you know, there's so many relics on our side that it's more than worth my time. I'm gonna start getting the upgrades because I'm gonna start pumping out knights. The idea is that I'm not necessarily expected to have full upgrades by 30 minutes in. That would be pretty difficult. Depends on what you're doing, of course, but like something like Paladins, that would be impressive. So really just having anything at all will allow me to get a military presence, and basically, you know, sometimes in AoE2 it's not really about how scary you are, but it's about how scary you look. You must be a pufferfish. You must, you know, puff out your chest. Look big. Look scary. Do not show your weakness. Because you'd be surprised how much damage you can do to someone with, like, a placebo, basically. Oh my god, there's, like, 4 relics on this side of the map. This is ridiculous. With, like, a sort of, like, you know, you're just bluffing. You're just like, look at me. I'm big and scary. I've got this big army. Rah, rah. And then, like, the guy you're playing against will completely forget about his economy because he can only manage one thing at a time, and... you know, you get them stressed, and lo and behold, GG. Alright, time to start hammering on this guy's junk. We shall hear the lamentations. Of course, I'm going to hotkey all of my military buildings to the same hotkey if I can. Well, I mean, one of a kind, obviously. That goes without saying. Let's get some of that chemistry action, because I think I'm going to want some bombard cannon support, I think. As I always like. Okay, and that one is almost done with the husbandry. Bollocks. Jaguars, why you have to stab? Jag, stop it. Stop it, Jaguar. Stop. Okay, cool. Good, we're good. Let's get a little bit of extra defense. Conscription for faster troops. Paladin upgrade costs several $billion. I don't think it's... I'm a ways off from that. So yeah, the nice thing about having excess lumberjacks is it's just really easy to just pull them off into whatever resource I think I need. That is good. Did I fit a lumber camp there? Nope. That's what I thought. Alright, let's start pushing. I just wanted to open a slightly larger hole. I can. I'd like that max level defense upgrade. Why you have to do this? Killer J, could you please? Oh yes, quite. That's 56 kilobyte modem, man. Not cool. Alright, that's why I've got that siege workshop there, and I've got that chemistry for that bombard cannon. Always back up your troops with siege weapons. And since, of course, I'm a paranoid Richard Nixon style player, I do not believe that my economy will ever be safe, so I'm going to constantly reinforce that with castles. It has won me many games. Yeah, idea is to be raid-proof. This pesky, pesky cavalry. Too bad the multiple building unit queue does not actually work correctly. That is a shame. Where's my bombard cannon? That man is attempting to stall with walls. What's going on over here? Mayans guy has a single spearman with forging. I am shaking in my boots. I need more food. That's what my eco tells me. Basically, it's like, resonance. How should I assign my villagers? How do I know? Well, you just look at your resource count when you're doing what you think you're supposed to be doing, which in my case, I decided I was going like knights and stuff. What am I low on? Kind of low on gold, but I'm mostly low on food. Well, I guess it kind of varies between them, which means I need both of those. Hit that guy in the face with a cannonball, that'll learn him. Yeah. Do not believe that... Now, the Persians do not get siege engineers. Tragedy, ain't it? There's that dreaded Baraka noise. My farms! Oh yeah, if you want my fancy pants texture packs for Age of Empires 2 so that your game can look awesome, link in the video description. Basically, the answer to all of your problems is in the video description, actually. Who knows, maybe at some point I'll be able to afford paladins, but no sense in halting troop production at the moment. I'm going to pull these guys back because I know bombard cannons can do friendly fire AoE damage. You know, I know it's still Age of Empires 2, but geez, guys, you cannot play this on your toaster oven. I'm going to need perhaps some actual legitimate ranged units to deal with those pesky, pesky villagers. I am A-okay with this whole idea of hand cannoneers. I think that sounds like fun. Let's do it. Always good to have range support. Alright, let's really start mowing down that wall. Oh, I'm out of wood now. You know what that means? More lumberjacks. My goal is to get everybody on like a sort of robotic routine. It's like, I am low on wood, I need more lumberjacks, thank you resonance, you know, something like that. Hey, I've got enough stuff for the paladins. Yeah, boom, that's right. Boom, headshot. And now Fervor will work on their way back. Monks with relics are just such a buggy unit in the original Aoe2. Aoe2 is just full of great bugs. Like, I don't believe that monks with relics suffer from any of the things that they're supposed to be weak to, like they don't take any bonus damage from light cavalry, because they're like classed as a separate unit. This game's old. Don't really need my unique technology or anything. Let's get, use those to 1, this is my 2s, Siege Workshop I like to be my 3s. Oh, hammering down this wall is taking 9 years. No one's building those houses. Preposterous. Now I'm going to start working on my non-gold costing trash units, as they call them, just in case I ever have to swap to those. No attack from anyone yet, 30 minutes in, except for myself. Okay, I would like to start pushing. Looks like DB is in the Imperial Age now. Scores are a really good tell of the strength of someone's economy, so I think that having the scores on is a good thing. It basically just gives you a reasonably good impression of the strength of the player. Obviously, it's not entirely accurate, but you know, it's something good. It's a good thing to always think about, I guess. That way, you know who the threats are. And in this case, you know, I look at that DB guy, and I'm like, he's definitely the biggest threat on their team. That is for sure. So I have to keep that in mind. I have to keep that in mind. That he might start attacking on his side, for example, but he has demonstrated nothing of the sort yet. And I want to focus this castle down, of course. This guy's got light cavalry. He's missing a lot of upgrades on those. That is not good. And woman still building houses. Good. Any ballistics for those hand cannoneers, of course. And yeah, the resonance war machine is a go. A push. And yeah, I can tell that, you know, these guys all have a fairly good economy, that's for sure. It's just, they're not quite as powerful as mine. Like, this Trash DK guy has a ridiculously strong economy, if his score is remotely competing with mine. It was a tad slower to build up, but his eco is strong. And I have 4 relics this game, this is absurd. And yeah, I can use the market to sell a bit for that. Delicious, delicious gold, as I am slowly running out of it. My. It appears the Conquest has begun. This guy is in the Castle Age. Never mind, he's not missing that many upgrades then, because he's just in the Castle Age. Okay, I would like to go a little bit deeper, perhaps, and raid some of the ecos of his teammates. And I think I'm going to need more military buildings, because why not? Really wanna... I have enough military buildings that you can keep your resources low enough. You can basically just sustain constant production of guys. Is there any gold veins on our side that are unoccupado? Fine. It is. Forward town center, 42-minute not really douching time. Copyrights. Trademark. The not really douche. This is the I have no gold why. I should start working on trade carts, but I do not honestly believe that this game will drag on long enough to warrant that. What could be my mistake? I will start considering mass markets. And I should really at some point put military buildings in my allies' base, in the like this guy's base, in the event that he gets attacked. I mean, looks like Orange has invested like all of his stuff up here, but you know. Man, why is this? Oh yeah, they still didn't fix that bug as well, where like paladins have 2 heads. That's pretty fun. Charge! Conquer! Onward! No survivors! No survivors! Oh, so that looks like that raiding force has done quite a bit of damage. Let us move onward. And of course, even though none of my current units benefit from fletching, it's always nice to have it. And yeah, the point of the hand cannoneers, of course, is that, you know, just like with any army composition in Age of Empires 2, you really want to cover the weaknesses of your units, and in this case, you know, like paladins are quite weak to halberdiers, for example. Well, it's not that they're necessarily quite weak, it's that halberdiers have an attack bonus and are much more cost-effective. So I really have to keep that in mind. I also know that the Chinese guy, for whatever reason, he's a huge fan of champions, so I'm going to keep that in mind, you know, and I'm going to both build my army to complement the weaknesses of each of the units, as well as dealing with whatever units my opponent has. Start working on that trade caravan upgrade, because it looks like it's time for trade carts. This guy's not pushed in at all, but it looks like purple doing good work. Good work. Charge! Charge! This red guy has very little map awareness because he's not really pushed out with his... Well, he's finally starting to push out with his guys. Because there's nothing over here, actually, at all. I would like to raise some of those buildings, though, just for kicks. I do not want to neglect my... Oh my god, it is a village apocalypse. Let us mine that. Alright. Looking good, looking good. Gooda, gooda. Push, push. How are those paladins doing over here? I have not been watching them at all. Looks like they did a lot of damage, but they did not survive. Tragedy. However, they died for a good cause. While I'm waiting for my gold income to, I guess, improve, I'm gonna do a lot of selling of the stuff. Alright, looking good, looking good. If I expected this game to be closer, I would have a wider variety of military buildings, but I don't, because I don't really expect it to, I don't know, be an issue. However, I feel like I should get some military buildings in my teammates' bases in the event of apocalypse. Because they might need some help on this side. I'm not certain that they will. I'm actually pretty confident that they won't, but you never know. Better safe than sorry, right? Gotta prep for every situation. A push. I hate learning. Die. Die, university. There shall be no education in Resonance Land. So there's some, like, champions up there and whatnot. I don't know what that is. Let's just exterminate those. Warlord has resigned. Oh no, the knights with no blacksmith upgrades are here. I do admire though that he has a reasonably sizable army. That the blacksmith upgrades are so important. They just exponentially increase the power of your units. Basically, they just make them more cost effective, a lot more cost effective. All right, looking good. I really want to protect the forward sort of area that I have here, so I do want to put a castle down. And of course, since we pushed through there, well, I don't think it's a big deal, but you always do want to ensure that there's a wall behind all of your shenanigans, so that enemies don't get in. I do want to double gate that, of course. The bleep. Okay, actually, never mind. It's just that I didn't have enough stone, that's why. Okay, cool. I can buy 100 stone. Who's that? That's just in... just input. My economy is pretty good. Yours might not be as good. And therefore, the pain is coming. I am very blessed to have those 4 relics, though. That is quite nice. That is the random map component of random map. Well, random component of random map. Alright, push! Push! Push like pregnant woman. Charge! Alright. Really gotta double check on those. Lumberjacks, see, like, this is bad. You know, I don't want them walking super far. These guys are all idle. Aoe, there's just a lot going on, a lot to manage, that's for sure. And of course, you don't want to neglect too many of your techs. How's this war going? Looks like it's about even, but I feel like I should help them just a teeny bit. Maybe I can be the one to sort of push it over the edge, I guess. I wonder if their economies are open for raiding. Perhaps. Wonder if I can just sort of squeeze in over here. I guess it looks like purple's got the same idea. Well, it looks like they've got this war on lockdown. I don't think they really need my help. Especially because my opponents will not have any trade. And I have not made a single trade cart this game. Is that an achievement? It might be. So we shall fix that in the name of science. Do not need this villager anymore. He did not gate this, okay. I told him to build a gate. Okay, whatever. Sometimes your villagers just feel the need to drug us. They just gotta drug us now. Okay. What's our upgrade? Why not? Let's just get everything. Game ain't going anywhere, so what am I getting? What the what? Okay, whatever. That paladin just felt the need to die for democracy and etc. So I don't really have to worry about that. I can finish those barracks down. Definitely push this way. That's for sure. Does this guy not have, he doesn't have murder holes. I mean, I know I don't either, but that's because I'm not getting raided. I feel like I should bombard can that though. Oh, okay, whatever. Nice job, guys. Team doing work. Cool, cool, cool. I'm A-okay with this. Alright. Nice, nice. Yeah, really, most of the players of this game, if not everyone, had quite a good economy. That was a good match. Was a good match. All right. Yeah, and the reason you want this wall, of course, even though we're clearly on the offense, is that if the enemy does some sort of desperation raiding, mass eagle warriors, mass paladins come in and start, you know, harassing my villagers and killing all of them, that would be tragic. Or if he took out the market, yeah, that'd be tragic. All right. Looking good. And this is the other front. Let's check out the achievements. Yay! 3 more elo, woo! Yeah, I haven't really done too many ranked matches since Aoe2 HD actually put in a nice laddering system. Actually, it's quite good. Big improvement since its initial release. Really, the game's just gotten a lot better since its initial release. Yeah, I haven't played too many of them, so elo not super spectacular. Although I don't honestly believe it would be too much higher than it is now, if I actually played enough. I don't know. Alright, very, very nice. Wow, Jesus. Wow. Okay, that's pretty substantial military difference here. Nice, nice, nice. Ooh, wow, yeah, this guy's got some great castle time and field time as well. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, they had more villagers than me. I really didn't need any more villagers than I had, though. But, you know, sometimes situations do call for more than half of the max population. Especially if you're just losing your guys non-stop. But, you know, I didn't need any more villagers than about 150, which was the goal. Because I only lost 34 guys, so... You know, in like for someone like DB, right? You know, he lost so many guys. He's gonna need. Oh, he didn't have that many villagers, but you know, he would need more. Yeah, like I guess Claudio and Trash DK are better examples of that because they lost a lot more units than me, so they're gonna need more villagers to keep replenishing that. So yeah, really, it's just if you're running low on resources, that means that you need a stronger economy. That's basically what it boils down to. That's if you're running low on everything, or if you're just floating a ton of one resource, like you've got a huge excess of one resource. That just means you got to shift your villagers from one resource to another. Alright, so yeah, really, really fun game. It was really cool. And definitely it's that element of surprise, you know, like I came in with just knights, and you know, that's more than enough to get that Huns player to start to panic a little bit. And, you know, then I get the upgrades before the actual combat begins, but you want to really start applying that pressure ASAP. Could have done a bit better if I had, like, a few hand cannoneers with my knights initially to scare off those wall builders, but it wasn't a big deal. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. You can watch me live stream stuff like this on my Twitch TV account. Link on the screen and in the video description below. I also have a Twitter and Facebook page, which I frequently update to just, you know, let you, give you guys updates on like when I'm streaming and changes to the channel and whatnot. So you really should give those a look, of course, and don't forget to check out the other content that I have as well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to post a comment below and whatnot, and I will see you guys around. Thank you.